The Handley Mellon woman is a woman on the go. She is a woman that's wearing many hats and wants to feel sophisticated and look chic, but feel comfortable at the same time. Handley Mellon becomes the vehicle through which Matt and I are living our lives. So when we decided that we were going to go into this venture, we thought about what do we want our life to look like and what should this look like for us. And the things that we wanted to have in our life, we wanted to travel, we wanted to collaborate with people globally, and we wanted to create. And so Handley Mellon, like I said, provides us the opportunity to do that. Each collection is based on a different point in the world, and we go and we have our own experience of a place and collaborate with people, with artists, with organizations that we encounter in our experience. And then when we build our collection, we infuse it with our own references from that experience. So our spring collection was our debut collection, and it was inspired by our time in Kenya. And we traveled to Kenya with the organization Under the Acacia, which is an organization founded by a friend of mine that seeks to meet basic human needs by providing sustainable infrastructures. And it was the sustainability aspect of that really, that Matthew and I gravitated towards. So we went to Kenya through the vision of, through sort of the vision of that organization. And we came back with references that were unique to our experience. For example, we had an impression that we were going to see these bold prints and that there were going to be certain sort of certain inspirations that we would automatically come up with. And what we found was the Maasai, for example, they have this Scottish tartan, and that seemed so obscure to us, but apparently there was a Scottish trade that ran through northern Kenya. And so it's this authentic Scottish tartan. And we also learned that the Maasai red isn't sort of an arbitrary color, but in fact, it's a practical color. And sort of over the years, when the tribes were fighting one another, an opponent couldn't see if they had wounded you. So it was a real sort of life or death choice. Those were some of the things that inspired us while we were there. So our fall collection, which was our sophomore collection, was based on and inspired by our time in Antwerp. So what might seem like a sort of arbitrary follow-up to our Kenya collection, it ended up being sort of like the perfect second stop for us. And while we were there, we met with some incredible people that had been in school with Antwerp 6 and there in the Fashion Academy. And we started with the premise because there is this great fashion community in Antwerp, and it's not necessarily one of the sort of fashion communities that you think of. You generally think of New York and Paris and London and Milan. So we really started with the sort of idea of sort of what's happening in Antwerp. And we went, and it was interesting to learn about the way the students are taught at the Fashion Academy. They were really given sort of paper and scissors and taught not necessarily the history of fashion, but really to take their own ideas and turn it into something, and to stay true to that vision, collection after collection, their own authentic vision. So, as this was our second collection, we ended up at the Red Star Museum, which is an immigration museum that, there they trace the history of migration, starting, interestingly enough, with the first human remains that were found in Kenya, and up through Africa and through Europe, then from Antwerp over to New York City. So, as we follow this route, over to New York City, which is obviously our home and our hub, it just made sense. Here we are in our second collection, and what is the Handley Mellon, what is the true sort of Handley Mellon sensibility, and how are we taking these new experiences, infusing our own sensibility without losing sight of who we are?